started, breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Of course, my name is AJ, one of the mentors here at Bit Trading, and today, as always, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We will go through what is currently going on in the market, what I'm currently looking for in the market, and of course, as always, those next trades as well. Those are the most important things, really. So of course, we will be running through those next trades that I am looking to take myself. But that's of course what we're going to do today. So of course, if you haven't already, please do smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, of course. If you're new, please do subscribe, turn that bell notification on. I did say that I would do at 500 subscribers, I would do a $500 giveaway, and then at 1,000 subscribers, we'll do a $1,000 giveaway. I think that's I think that'll be quite fun to do, to be fair. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe, and let's jump into it. So of course, I guess the question of today is, why are we seeing Bitcoin dump, right? Why are we seeing Bitcoin dump? Because Bitcoin is dumping, right? And I mean, this isn't something that we weren't expecting. Okay, this is kind of something that it's something that we kind of had planned, right? We actually did try the short trade originally as well from here. A short trade is something that I was looking to get into. Okay, but yeah, for me, it was just a little bit too early here. We came up a little bit higher to that naked point of control, of course, at $69,500, rejected off of that one perfectly. And we are getting the pullback from here, right? And the reason why, okay, I've kind of been looking for a bit of a pullback is because, of course, what have we been looking at, right? We've been looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count, right? We have not used Elliott Wave in quite a few months, I would say. Right, we haven't used Elliott Wave in quite a few months, and the reason for it is because the market conditions were just not suitable, really, for Elliott Wave. Right, we just gone so far into this bearish structure that Elliott Wave was just out of the question there, really. Right, so previously we were using Elliott Wave back here, okay, and it really helped us with those trades that we were taking back here, both being the long trades from the low, and of course the short trades we had from the high as well. And the same thing applies here, right? We were looking for, of course, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count, but once that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count has been completed, what do we usually look for, and what were we looking for all the way back here? Okay, we were looking for, of course, a correction, right? And that is what we are seeing right now, okay? We are actually looking for some sort of ABC correction to form, okay? Whether this ABC correction is just a little correction like this, okay? which of course will continue to hold this bullish structure, okay, for then price to go up and form another high. That is a possibility, and that is a case that I do believe is very strong, okay, because of course we are in higher time frame bullish structure, which again we haven't been in higher time frame bullish structure for a good 6, 7, maybe 8 months, right? Well, let's say 6 months, right? We haven't been in bullish structure in a very higher time frame bullish structure in a very long time. So, this is looking really good. This is looking really good for us. But to continue this, of course, and to continue going higher, okay, we need this ABC correction that we're kind of looking for now to hold, right? Of course, this bullish structure here. If we do not hold this, right, and we get back below that wave 4 there, okay, then there is, in my opinion, a pretty high chance, okay, that we could actually come down and actually lose 50k again and go below 49,000. Now I know that sounds like a very bearish target and all of that, okay, but what you have to remember is that Bitcoin is actually still in bearish structure, because again, we haven't broken above 70k. Getting above 70k, like I said, is kind of invalidating that bearish scenario, right? But as long as we are, of course, as long as we do not take out 70k, a new low is still technically on the table. It is, right? Okay, yeah, maybe, like I said yesterday, maybe it's pushed all the way to one side of the table and it's kind of just sitting on the side of the table, right, about to fall off. Yes, I understand that, right? So that the probabilities of it, are fairly low, right? But what you have to remember is that they are still on the table, right? That idea, okay, is still on the table. So it's something that we just can't forget about. If we forget about, one scenario that is still on the table and is still a possibility, then it could, it could impact us quite negatively, right? Because we are not prepared for it. Of course, we want to be prepared for every single scenario, right? Now, I understand, the probabilities of this happening, in my opinion, are low, okay? I do still think, right, that there is quite a high chance that we can continue to hold this bullish structure, right? And there are reasonings behind that as well, right? Of course, we will get onto that in a moment. But like I said, to hold that, right, this ABC correction needs to be a bit of a smaller correction to, of course, hold this bullish structure. Now, why is price pulling back here? Well, of course, like I said, first of all, right, we have been expecting this. This is what Elliott wave, is, right? We see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what do we expect after that? We expect an ABC correction. Okay, again, if you've been watching for a while, okay, you will know all the way back here we were looking at Elliott wave, and every single time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count or a bearish count, whatever it was, right, we always saw an ABC correction after it. Now we don't always see it, okay, but again, probabilities say that we do see it, okay, and that's kind of what we're seeing now, right? You could argue, okay, maybe on the lower time frames we've already done it, but I'd be looking for a bit more of a higher time frame type of scenario like this, okay, just a little bit more of a higher time frame scenario, to then of course come down to that naked point of control down here at 62,280, which of course is my level of interest, right? And of course, I will talk about that in a bit more detail in a moment as well. But getting back to why price is pulling back, of course, like I said, we've got that ABC correction, but at the same time, right, we have seen a huge amount, okay, of long trades open up on this move up, right? We have seen longs open up. That's what's fueled pretty much this move up here. Okay, and now that price is starting to pull back, okay, right, we actually started to see some shorts open up, right? And those shorts opening up, yeah, they push price lower. Okay, they do. And that, of course, yes, that was yesterday, right? When I was saying, I'm a little bit on the fence of where price can go here, because price can go in either direction, right? From there, there's no trade for me, because I know that price can go down, and I also know that price can go up. Okay, and in terms of probabilities, they're pretty even. Okay, again, like I went into detail yesterday, how I like to look for trades is when the probabilities, okay, are favoring one side significantly more than the opposing side, the other side, right? But yesterday, okay, we did have a scenario where it was looking like price could go in either direction, because of course we have lots of long trades that we could squeeze out, and we also had a lot of short trades that opened up here that we could squeeze out and maybe get that last little push to 70k. Right, and we can take a look at the order flow here, and we can see that, right? So we had up here, lots and lots of short trades opening up. We had 6.3 here, 29 million here, 18 million here. So we had a lot of shorts opening up. So again, like I was saying yesterday, there was a reason for price to rise, but at the same time, there was also a reason for price to pull back, because we know how many long trades have opened up, right? 49 million here, 11 million, 19 million, 19 million here, 25 million here, 51 million there, 38 million there, 32. So there's just a load of millions upon millions of longs that have opened up, right? So of course there is a reason for price to go in either direction. Okay, and this is of course looking at it on the probability side of things. Okay, price can go in either direction. Okay, with the same amount of probability, right? With equal probability. Okay, whereas let's say, okay, all of these short trades here did not open up. Right, let's say there were no short trades that opened up here, but price was pulling back. Right, then, okay, I would have said, okay, that okay, probabilities are actually saying we're looking for a long squeeze here. We're looking for a pullback here. Okay, and I think I would have been pretty confident on that scenario, right? Because I understand that there's not really a reason that we can see for price to rise. Of course, we could see some big news event come out that's short term, very, very bullish, and we see loads of long trades come in. Okay, and of course continue to push that price higher. But right, you don't ever know when that's going to happen. Normally those things are pretty spontaneous, right? And they of course don't happen that often. Right, so they're not really something that I take into consideration. But yeah, just looking at how the market actually works when there isn't these big events or big black swan events or smaller black swan events, whatever you want to call them, right? How the market moves is of course by pretty much wrecking retail traders. Okay, so in this scenario here, right, I was looking at, okay, actually lots of short trades are opening up here, so there is a reason for price to rise, but again we still have lots of long trades here, so there's a reason for price to pull back, right? And we've actually seen price continue to pull back here. And you can see, right, what are we seeing here? We've seen 45 million long trades get wrecked. Okay, 45 million long trades get wrecked. Okay, that is what this is here, right? We've seen 45 million negative delta. We've seen open interest decreasing as price is decreasing. So we know that these are traders flowing out of the market, right? So these are trades closing, right? And what happens when, of course, long trades close, you, of course, see short sells coming into the market. So this is what this move is fueled by, right? These longs, of course, well, I say this move is being fueled by this. It's being mainly fueled by these longs getting wrecked. Of course, yeah, we're going to see some shorts opening up in here. Not a huge amount, but we are seeing shorts open up here as well. But in terms of what's really, really, really driving this price down, it's of course all of the longs that opened up all the way up here. Okay, who are now realizing that they're on the wrong side of the market and are closing their trades or hit their liquidation, hit their stop loss, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is why we are seeing price pullback, and I do think we could continue to see price pullback a bit further. Right, like I said back here, right, we had 32 million, 38 million, 58 million, 25 million. So we have still a lot of long trades here. Okay, so of course we kind of just put these 25 million offside, right? So they could of course then of course close their trade, right? Adding fuel to the fire, pushing price lower. And then that would take us possibly down into these 32 million, 38 million, 51 million, right? These huge amounts of long trades that have opened up here, right? And that, of course, can push price a little bit lower, right? And then where is that pushing price into? Okay, again, going back to what I said a few moments ago about that naked point of control at 62,280. This is a big level of interest for me for a possible long trade, right? This is where, of course, this ABC correction, where are we at here? Okay, this ABC correction could take us to, right? And the reason why I'm interested in this level, okay, is because we have confluence there, right? And whilst we have confluence at this level, okay, it also lines up with the continuation of this bullish trend, right? Higher low, ho, possibly another higher low, right? So this looks good, okay, in my opinion. This looks really, really good for a possible long trade for a continuation higher to then finally take us to 70K, of course, making a new higher high, right? Where, okay, maybe then we'll see another pullback, okay, for another possible long trade to take us up again, maybe to all-time high next time, right? Well, not next time, sorry, the time after that, right? This is something that we can kind of see. This is something that we can kind of plan for. Of course, this is the bullish case scenario, right? This is the bullish case scenario. If we are going to continue this uptrend, this is what I would be kind of looking for, right? Maybe, let's say we get the pullback, we get the long trade, and maybe we just go straight to all-time high. Okay, that's fine, right? Or like I said, we get the pullback here, okay, and then we go again, right? That's another possibility as well. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for, and I do think there's a reason for price to actually continue a little bit lower here. There is a reason for price to continue lower, and then of course it is looking at this naked point of control here. Now this is not just a random level. Of course you can get kind of random naked points of control, kind of like $69,500, right? It's still an important level. I do understand it, but in terms of the confluence that was sat there, it just wasn't, it wasn't as eye-catching as like the naked points of control up here at 71,000, let's call it, okay, around 71,000, right? Up there, those are eye-catching naked points of control because there's confluence, right? We've got that, of course, 70K psychological level, right? With, of course, all of the liquidity that's going to be sat up there. So for me, that's a very, very key level. Okay, whereas, okay, yeah, this kind of just proves to us that naked points of control are very important. But yeah, we don't have to trade them all. So in terms of the confluence that we have at this weekly naked point of control here, right, of course, we've got a GP 786. Right now, of course, I only like to look at GP 786 levels with usually naked points of control, but on top of that, okay, absorption, right? So a big thing that we need to see, of course, is absorption at this level, right? Exactly like we saw absorption back here. Okay, of course, price holding this bullish structure, right? Whereas the delta was the CVD, sorry, was telling us that there was more negative delta, which of course is sells in the market here than there was back here. However, price fell to a lower price here than it did here. Okay, indicating to us that there was probably a big buy limit order, okay, or a series of big buy limit orders sat here, absorbing all of those sells. Once all of the sells have been absorbed, there's only really one direction price can go in. Okay, rest in peace, if you know what I mean. But there's only one direction that price can go in, and that's kind of up, right? That's kind of up. So that's kind of what I would be looking for there, right? Bit more of a pullback. Right, bit more of a pullback, but I want to see lots of sells in the market. Now, this doesn't have to be shorts, okay? This just needs to be sells into the market. And on a pullback, I would expect sells into the market. Reason being, okay, is because we have a lot of long trades that have opened up here, which, of course, if they get liquidated, if they get stopped out, if they close, they have to sell into the market. That's the nature of the market. Longs close, they sell, okay? Shorts close, they buy. All right, that's what it is. So, yeah, I understand that there is a possibility. It's a little bit too early to tell if we're going to get it or not. Okay, it's a little bit too early to tell. But, yeah, it's very much a possibility. So this, of course, is something that I'm going to be looking out for coming down here. Of course, it lines up with that possible end of the ABC correction. Okay, if we kind of see, something like this possibly. Right, it also lines up with holding that bullish structure that we are in. Okay, and I also like the confluence that we may potentially have there. GP 786 absorption, I like that. Okay, and I can look, of course, from there, I can look for a long trade to take that up to 70K. Right, so okay, yes, maybe it's a little bit more bearish in the short term, but it's ultimately looking for that pullback to get into a long trade to take that price higher, right? ES is having a big pullback here, right? A big pullback here, which of course is driving Bitcoin down, right? We know this, right? We know ES pulls back, Bitcoin follows it without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so that's kind of why we're seeing this pullback on Bitcoin. That's another reason why we're seeing this pullback on Bitcoin. So yeah. we'll have to see how that goes. And then let's just look any other bits of confluence here. Okay, we've got from the low, we may have that VWAP lining up nicely. A little bit too early to tell now, but yeah, that's something that we can look for as well. But yeah, I do like this. I think downside is a little bit more favorable now. Okay, whereas yesterday, I think, yeah, like I said, I was on the fence with where price could go. Downside's a little bit more favorable, but again, just looking for the long trade. Let me pull up the chat. I can see quite a few comments are coming. So let me just pull up the chat. Oh, okay, we've got quite a few comments here. Sorry, I didn't have the chat pulled up. Right. Here we go. Eric, good to see you back, my friend. Hello again. Every YouTuber is talking about Bitcoin ETF inflows last week, around 1 billion, but total Bitcoin market cap is around 1.3 billion, or 1.3 B, 1.3 T, I'm guessing trillion. All BTC ETFs together now hold 21 billion. And this is good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just in the long term, right? That is very, very good. You know, that is very, very good for Bitcoin, of course. But they are calling for 250k Bitcoin this cycle. For this, we need another 2.5 billion. Okay, 2.5 trillion. 2.5 trillion of money. They don't know what they are talking about. Simple maths. It is impossible in a few months. Yeah. Yeah, so that is very true, right? You know, that's a hell of a lot to get in a few months, right? So I think it was you, because I was talking about this in another live stream, and I was trying to give credit to someone, and I couldn't remember who it was, because it was from a live stream ages ago, and it might have been you, to be fair, Eric. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because I was talking about that in another live stream, and I was only talking about it because somebody brought it up, and it must have been you that brought it up. But yeah, mathematically, yeah, it just doesn't make sense, because we just have to have a huge, and I mean, like, it's possible, like we could see something, you know, something so bad to happen to the financial markets that for some reason everybody has to come into Bitcoin. You know, yeah, okay, right, that's a possibility, but the likeliness of that is very unlikely. And I think 2.5 trillion is a very, very possible target, right? Is a very, you know, I think we could see that coming into the market, but time frame wise, I think it's going to take a long time, right? I think it could take another 5, possibly even 10 years to see that. You know, it's a hell of a lot of money. And yeah, it's going to take its time. Again, this market is not mature yet. It's maturing, but it's not mature. So yeah, it's going to take some time. Yeah, 100% Eric. Moonboy Mav to fill someone's short positions. Yeah, good to see you here as well, Damien. Exactly. Everyone is too bullish at the moment. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, just this is what we've been speaking about here for an incredible, you know, throughout all of this period here. You know, we know this, right? We can visually see it in the order flow. The longs that were opening up here, okay, and just getting wrecked, right? That's just not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. And something, you know, I was saying back here, something had to change. Okay, we've seen something kind of change, right? We're starting to see, in my opinion, right, we're starting to see a lot of institutions actually buying up here, okay, or should I say institutions, big players, just big players in general, right? Could be institutions, may just be some big billionaires, millionaires, whatever it may be, okay? The reason why, okay, is because we're getting a lot of absorption here, okay? And again, the same thing is happening, right? Where we're seeing lots of long trades open up, all of the longs get wrecked. Lots of long trades open up, all of the longs get wrecked. However, what we're seeing now, which is different, of course, is lots of long trades opening up, long trades get wrecked, but right, we see all of those sells getting absorbed by a big buy limit order, and they're kind of they're kind of these big buy limit orders here, right? These big players, they're kind of saving all of the longs from down here, all of these longs at this from down here, because of course they're absorbing all of the sells from the really late FOMO longs up here, okay, and holding that price up, right, and then they're pushing it up, right? They're pushing it up. So, for me, what has changed is we're starting to see big players actually buy up down here. Okay, that's what we're seeing. That's what we've seen change. Whereas back here, we did not see big players buying into the market, right? We did not see it. Why did we not see it? Because we didn't get absorption, right? Absorption indicates, okay, that we are getting big players, right? So yeah, for me, that's kind of what has changed. And if we didn't get any of these big players coming in and absorbing all of these sells into the market, I can guarantee you that we would have continued in this downtrend, right? But again, going back to what has changed, right? It's been that we've had these big institutions, big players, whatever they are, whoever they are, come in and actually absorb all of the sellers coming in. And actually, like I said, saving all of these long trades here who, are early, I'd say, okay, but not as early as they should be. They should be getting in at the low, rather than, entering in up here, okay? But yeah, still, we're seeing absorption, a lot of absorption here, which we haven't seen again in 6 months, right? Prior to the first bit of absorption, we hadn't seen that in like 6 months, right? So I know that we are now seeing those big players, those big players coming in. And going back to what you're saying, everybody is so bullish at the moment. And that's been the case, right? Everybody is so bullish. And everybody, like I said, is kind of still very, very bullish. Now, are they correct in being bullish? Possibly. Are they correct in their trades? Absolutely not. Okay, because we've just seen them get wrecked. Okay, but yeah, because we're seeing these big players coming in now, yeah, we could actually, right, we could flip very bullish here. Okay, we could flip very, very bullish here, right? But okay, again, like Eric said, everybody is incredibly bullish. When everybody is incredibly bullish, okay, this is this kind of gives us an indication that okay, maybe we should lean a little bit more bearish, okay, be a little bit more cautious, okay. But yeah, like I said, what has kind of saved all of these bulls is that big players have been absorbing this price action, right? How do you feel short positions need lots of buys? Exactly, short and chill. So yeah, Damien is in a really, really nice trade actually. So if we take a look at the Discord, okay, so Damien is in. He put it in the chat here actually. So I want to lose the weekly before thinking about a short trade. Just need to see this weekly first. So this is like the setup that Damien was looking at. He wanted to see price actually lose that weekly, okay, and then of course losing that, he would be looking for that trade, and that's exactly what we saw here, right? Exactly what we saw here. And yeah, as you can see, this trade is going really, really well for Damien here. What's the final target on this? TP1, 65,334. So yeah, not far off that target whatsoever. So yeah, congratulations on that, Damien. That's a really, really nice short trade. Most of the volume for Bitcoin comes from trading and leverage, and this is reality, not ETF, not for now. Yeah, exactly. The majority of the volume is from the trading, is from the leverage. Yeah, it definitely is. And with these ETFs, what we need to understand, what are they going to be doing, right? Are they going to be trading this, okay, or are they going to be just buying and holding, right? I think, I guess we can finding information probably now, okay, but we need to see a bit more, I'd say. We need to see a bit more, or give it a bit more time so we really understand what they want to do. CME futures are the big whales. They have big pockets. Yes. Yeah, they do have very, very big, deep pockets. I think we have a VWAP from all-time high around the same level. I think we have a VWAP from all-time high. Good to see you here, my friend, as well, Jamie Rogers. Good to see you. A VWAP from all-time high around the same level. Let's have a look. Yes. Yes. I agree there actually. So if price kind of like slowly makes its way down, yeah, I'd expect this VWAP, okay, to slowly tick down, okay, and yes, it can very much line up. It can very much line up. I'd probably rather look at this one here, okay. I'd probably look at the one from the low. That would be my favored one, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's not a bad shout at all. Yeah, it was. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, nice to figure that one out. I was talking about it the other day and I couldn't remember, but I knew someone had mentioned it. CME futures are the billionaire club. Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of money in there, and quite a few people, like I said, with big deep pockets, and like you said as well. ETH short would have been the play, almost 9% move in 2 days. Yeah, so that's. Let's see if we can just. Yeah, wow. Okay, so I always find myself, looking at Ethereum and thinking, I could have taken that trade, and I do need to start focusing on Ethereum a lot more as well, because I was trading it a few months ago, and I mean, we made I made some good trades on there. Where was that actually? Altcoin trades. A few months ago, I was taking trades on Ethereum, and yeah, they they were doing really well, to be honest with you. But yeah, I always kind of just sway back to Bitcoin. I don't know what it is with me. It's just my preferred asset to trade. But yeah, I need to start looking at trading Ethereum again. In all honesty, but yeah, this is. Should I have a little look at the order flow on Ethereum and just see what happened there? Right, are we gonna? I'd say lots of longs here, and we're seeing lots of long trades get wrecked. Just make it a little bit easier for ourselves. Open interest increasing. Delta's built over time. 19 million, 16 million. I actually saw lots of shorts open up there, to be fair. But yeah, 10 million longs open up there. Okay, and then yeah, look. Well, I mean, we saw shorts open up, to be fair, as well. But yeah, 10 million, 3.5 million, 5.2 million. That's all longs getting stopped out. And we're seeing shorts actually open up here. But yeah, I always find myself swaying towards Bitcoin. I don't know why. Preference, it's just my preference, to be honest. Yeah, I prefer the low of the VWAP where the support was. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you can take both of them, to be honest with you. Whichever one lines up nicer, to be honest with you. You can kind of look at them both, really. It's just more confluence, isn't it? But yeah, you can look at the reason why I'd like this lower one. Is just because I think, okay, maybe this one's a little bit overused now. We're still respecting it at times, to be honest with you. So yeah, it would be interesting to see. We can just look at both of them down there, to be honest with you. Only 5% move on Bitcoin, but Ethereum 9% more crazy stuff. Yeah. So again, going back to I need to be taking some more trades on Ethereum, to be honest with you. But yeah, the gains would probably be a lot nicer as well. But again, then you've got to think the risk is a little bit more as well. But yeah, I'll have to try and focus on that. The issue that I get into, right, is with trading other assets is that I'm just so confident on trading Bitcoin, and it's just kind of what I've been doing for such a long time, and I'm satisfied with just trading Bitcoin, right? It gets me, the returns that I make on Bitcoin I find comfortable, right? It's I'm happy with the returns. Oh, that was just a big jump down, that was. But yeah, I'm comfortable with what I make trading Bitcoin. So it's like, adding more risk into it. Again, I like to mitigate risk as much as possible. But yeah, trading altcoins, then you're putting a bit more risk on the line, and it's yeah, I don't know. I just always go back. Maybe I'm just getting too comfortable trading Bitcoin, But yeah, I will I will try my hardest to start to look for more Ethereum trades, especially, and maybe other altcoins. We'll see. But yeah, mainly Ethereum. I like to trade assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, where the order flow is good, and well, you can actually read the order flow. To be honest with you, because a lot of these newer altcoins, there is no order flow on it. None of these order flow websites provide order flow and analytics for these newer altcoins. But even ExoCharts, to be fair, does do, like, I think it does Dogecoin. I know it does Shiba. No, sorry, I know it does Dogecoin. I'm not sure if it does Shiba. I think it probably does, but that's all on the desktop version. But yeah, even with these altcoins, you don't actually really need to look at the order flow as much as you would with the Bitcoin. I mean, you do, but you don't. You kind of just know what's going on with these smaller altcoins. To be honest with you, it's pretty easy to catch a pullback when when all you're seeing is longs coming in. Yeah, breakout traders on that candle, on my amazing drawing from me yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, but I like the challenge. Double the move of Bitcoin, but yeah, 100% more risk. Yeah. It's just what it is I just get too comfortable trading Bitcoin, and maybe that's my weakness, right? But at the same time, it's my strength, right? Because I'm pretty successful at it. So why really change what I do? But yeah, I do. I understand that for the YouTube side of things as well, it's probably a good idea to start trading Ethereum a bit more, a bit more entertaining, right? Again, I don't really want to pose as entertainment, right? More education side of things, right? I think there's enough crypto trading entertainment out there for you. I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty, real side of trading type thing, right? TP1, Damien has hit that TP1. Congratulations on that. That is a lovely trade. Where are we? So yeah, 65,334, and yeah, we've dipped below that. So yeah, well done on that, Damien. That's really good to see. TP1 hit, smashed it. Bearish Gartley, the price went just slightly above the 786, but if your Bitcoin bull flag target is B and 65k ish, the final target is C, but some people argue it should be A. So yeah, I mean that's bearish case scenario. So that's a very, very valid target. Okay, again, if we lose that bullish structure that we are in. Then this is developing bullish shark at 54,500. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see, because yeah, you're looking for C, but then of course you're looking at a bullish shark there. So yeah, but that's interesting. Again, looking for like 52,000, possibly 50,000. Again, we would have to lose that bullish structure that we are in. So yeah, let's just have a little look here. I want to see. So we've just had 19 million short trades get wrecked. Long trades get wrecked here on that little bit of a move down. 19 million just on that little bit of a move down there. So yeah, there's more long trades to wreck here. There is more long trades to wreck. Stock market is still pulling back, to be expected, right? We've just been hitting all-time high after all-time high. So what can you expect, eh? But yeah, I think, 62. What was it? 62,280. I think that's a valid target that we can kind of look for a long trade there. Now, again, it doesn't mean I'm looking for a trade here. It doesn't mean I'm looking for a long trade here. Okay, it just means, right, doesn't mean I'm taking a long trade there. It just means I'm looking for a long trade there, because we may not get the long trade there, right? We may not get the absorption. If we do not see the absorption, this is going back to what Eric has set up here. Everybody's incredibly bullish at the moment, right? If we do not get that absorption coming in, right, who is then going to save all of those long trades that have opened up, right? Nobody. Nobody's going to be there to save them. Of course, if we do not get that absorption, because that absorption is caused by the only people that can save those long trades, which are the big players, right? If we do not get that, we could be looking to break this bullish structure, and we could be looking for lower prices here. But if we do get that absorption, okay, it's looking quite good for a move up. It is, right? So it's all about what we see and then how we play it, right? And of course, how we play it depends on what we see. I got this water bottle, bit of a weird one, but I got this water bottle the other day. It's actually incredible. It's actually incredible. I put ice in it before I went to bed, and I woke up and the ice was just still sat in there. It was incredible. I don't know how they do it. Of course, there's some sort of... I'd love to cut one of these open and actually see what's inside it. And if I hold it for long enough as well, it starts to get really warm. It's super, super weird. But yeah, I think it was like 40 quid. And to be honest with you, I never in my life expected to spend 40 quid on a water bottle, but I'd heard good things about it, so I just went for it. Weird one, but I just had to get it out there. Worst case scenario, we have the huge bearish structure from 7 months ago. We could just crash quickly. Yeah, that's Look what happened here. Just huge crash. This one here, huge crash. Yeah, it's that's a possibility as well. That is a possibility as well. Because again, we're still technically in bearish structure. We are still technically in bearish structure. Don't forget to hit the likes, of course. Yes, sorry, I forgot to say that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, it does help me out, helps the channel out, and of course, I can continue to bring this content as well. And of course, I did say at 500 subscribers, I would do a $500 giveaway, and at 1,000, we'll do $1,000, and then yeah, we'll see after that, because I think, like I said, $2,000 at 2,000 subscribers, and then if we get to 3,000, 4,000, that might start to break my bank account a little bit, but yeah, we'll have to see what we do there. But maybe we wait for a bigger one, like 5,000, okay, or like 10,000. But yeah, even like 10,000, I think I don't know if I could do 10,000 at 10,000. That again would be denting my bank account a little bit. But yeah, I think I'll probably leave that there, to be honest with you. I can hear my dog. Shouting for me. So yeah, I'll go tend to him. I think it's his dinner time anyway, so I'm gonna go feed him. So yeah, I'll leave that there. Of course, yeah, like Damien said, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button. And yeah, of course, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next live stream. Any Visionary members, of course, I will see you in the Discord. And of course, if you want access to that, first link in the description. And of course, the free Discord, is in the description. Second link in the description as well. The grind is real, though. I like the confidence. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I do have fun doing this. It gives me something to do rather than sitting around. I went through it. I can't remember. Was it on the live stream or was it with the team? Over the past few months, I've hardly taken any trades, whatsoever. Okay, there've been, of course, big swing trades, right? I haven't taken, I've not been taking like a trade a day, right? So, yeah, for me, I like doing this. It gives me something to do, right? Otherwise I'm going to be sat around all the time. Probably wasting, well, I wouldn't say wasting my life away, because I'd still be making my money, but yeah, kind of just being lazy, doing nothing. So yeah, this gives me something to do. It gives me a bit of it gives me something that I can call a job, right? Because I think, but before I was doing this, it was kind of like, right, what do I do with the day? There's only so many things you can do. There's only so many things you can do when you've got quite a lot of time on your hands, and then you start to yeah, get a little bit bored. Remember Pep's position sizing, excusing the trade and having good RR. You will win long term. Exactly. Yeah, having good risk to reward is yeah, very, very important. Very important thing. And I think just a quick one right before I go. I think there's a lot of people out there who put a lot of time and effort into trying to become good at trading, because I know there's a huge stigma around it. And even I fell for it a bit. When I was trying to get to that point of being consistently profitable, it was is this actually possible? Is it possible to do it? And there were times, there were mornings where I'd wake up and I'd go to work and I'm like, is this going to be the rest of my life trying to make it work, and it's not going to work. At what point do I give up, right? Because it's clearly not working. It clearly doesn't work. Everything that everybody's been saying to me, I've been implementing and doing, and it just doesn't. It's not working. right? How do these people do it? Why am I not doing it? Because, you know, the reality of it is that a lot of the people out there do not actually do it, right? You know, a lot of the time they just say that they do it, right? You know, they will not show you trades, right? They will just put, you know, put this on the screen like this and say they've taken the trade, right? And yeah, a lot of the time it's just nonsense what they're on about. But yeah, just it is possible. You know, a huge part of it is, of course, having the right information. Having the right information is the first thing that you need. But of course, having the right information doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be successful, right? Then it comes down to risk to reward, right? You know, having your position size right, having your risk to reward right. You know, it's very, very important to, of course, align all of these things together. You know, mentality. You know, the psychological side of things as well, the emotions, right? All of that. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. Okay, if you have one thing that's not in check, right, the rest of it, okay, completely fall apart, right? You can have your emotions in check. You can have your risk management, okay, your risk to reward. You can have all of that in check, but you don't have the right information, i.e., you know, the trades that you're taking are worthless, okay, they're rubbish, they mean nothing, okay, you're not going to become successful. But you know, the rest of it's in check. So you're like, what's going wrong here? Well, what's going wrong is that the information that you're looking at is useless, right? You know, you can have the right information, you can have good risk to reward, you can have your position sizing in check, right? But your emotions are letting you down because, okay, maybe you're, you know, as soon as price goes in, your trade goes into a little bit of a loss, you instantly close it, right? But then afterwards it goes into a nice profit, right? So you're taking a loss for no reason whatsoever. You know, again, you know, you could have the you know, you could have your strategy in check, you could have your emotions in check, you could have your risk management in check, but your risk to reward ratio on the trades, okay, is just diabolical, right? So yeah, that's gonna mean that you are going to consistently lose trades over time, right? So it's like having all of these things in check, right? And when you have all of these things in check, that is the point at which you will, okay, be consistently profitable over an extensive period of time. Okay, that's how it is. And yeah, it's just, I mean, emotional side of things, that's something that you kind of have to figure out for yourself. I figured it out for myself. You know, it's one of those things. You know, you can be told a million things, right? But in reality, you have to get that in check yourself. Risk management, okay, and risk to reward, okay. That's, you know, very easy to find how to manage that, okay. Very, very easy. Okay, it's just about implementing that, right? The you know, the strategy aspect of things, you know, it's that's difficult, okay, because there's a lot of information out there that is just wrong, okay. You know, breakout trading and all of this nonsense, head and shoulders, triangle pattern, it's not gonna give, you know, you're not gonna see results from doing that, right? You need to understand why markets move, what moves markets in terms of the technicals, not the fundamentals. Because, you know, if you are a trader and you class yourself as a technical trader, news doesn't have anything to do with your trades. Okay, news doesn't have. If you're a technical trader, stick to the technicals. If you're a fundamental trader, fine, stick to the fundamentals, but stay clear of the technicals, right? Because at some point they're going to contradict each other, right? They're going to conflict, right? And when they conflict, right, then that's when your emotions go off. Okay, I fell for this many times, right? News event comes out, technicals are telling me one direction, news events telling me the other direction. What do I do? Okay, so you got to listen to one thing, right? Sometimes, okay, maybe the technicals and the fundamentals line up nicely, but the thing is, when with fundamentals, right, with the news aspect of things, it's very, very hard to, kind of predict. Is that the right word? It's really, really hard to, in my opinion, trade news short term. If you're trading news, it's got to be something that's, you're looking at a long term, right? A long term thing. Okay, right. BlackRock, say they never bought Bitcoin, right? When the news came out about BlackRock buying Bitcoin, okay, that for me, short term, right? Okay, maybe it could be a good trade, right? But then these things don't happen that often. Okay, these big news events don't happen that often. But long term, that is amazing, right? So if your fundamentals, stick to the fundamentals. If your technicals, stick to the technicals. That's the a very, very important thing. Something that I learned as well. I used to always have the news up on one of my screens. Okay, as soon as I got rid of that, that was the start of me actually consistently making money, taking trades, because I was just looking at nonsense on a screen, right? It was just words on a screen that didn't really have any revelation to what I was doing in terms of the technicals. So yeah, like Damien said, just like chess, trade the plan. So I will leave that there. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day, guys. And of course, I will see you in the next live stream. So take care and see you later. Smash that thumbs up button as well. See you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it